What's up, everyone? Dennis here with a special holiday edition, we'll call it, of Dancing with the Odds. So the usual crew, Aaron and Sean, are not here right now. They're out enjoying their holiday festivities. This is the last Friday before Christmas, and as has been the norm lately, we've just not been able to find time to get together and record an episode. So we thought, since I had a little bit of time today, that I could go ahead and get an episode out and kind of touch base with everyone. Especially since the historic first round of the college football playoffs start tonight, right? We got the Indiana Notre Dame game tonight, and then we got 3 remaining games this weekend. First ever 12-team college football playoff. We're very excited about that. So we got a little bit of analysis and picks that I'll share with all of you. Very excited about this. First time ever that we're going to have a real champion. I said it. You can read. I wrote a little blog post about it last week, right? I think everyone who has won a championship before the season deserves an asterisk because there's always been too many politics involved, right? At least with 12 teams, it's pretty hard. If you feel like you're snubbed as the 13th team, then is it really a snub? At least with 12 teams, we can say that a team has battled its way through the gauntlet of 11 other teams and come out victorious, deserves to be called a champion. Unlike teams previous to this season where the voters decided. I don't know why it took college football 100 years to get their shit together, but here we are. It's an exciting time. A couple other things I want to bring up. Thank you all for joining the Bowl Mania contest that we put together. So right now, it looks like some usual suspects are towards the top of the leaderboard. So last year's champion, BFR54, is actually in first place right now, 6-1. Of course, he is sharing it with a few other people. So tied for first alongside BFR 54, we have Devin 14, Rakija Brown, Wilson 27, and Dealer Donna, all 6-1, sitting there at 60 points. And a few of us are not in first, but there's about 9 of us tied for second, 13th as ESPN puts it. It's kind of weird, but anyways, thank you for joining. If you did, get some cool swag to whoever wins this thing. Something with DWTO on it. That'll be great. Otherwise, I wanted to give an update on the fantasy turf war that I was invited to earlier this football season, I should say, representing Rad Dad Network. I have been able to get to the Final Four in a 64-team fantasy football league. Kind of crazy, right? So we'll see how it goes this weekend. Hopefully I can make it to the championship game. I'll let you guys know how that goes. All right, so without further ado, we're going to talk a little bit of football, specifically the college football playoffs this weekend. So first up, we have a game tonight, Indiana at Notre Dame. Right now, Notre Dame is the favorite. Last I looked, the line was -7, over-under was 50.5. So I just love the Irish here, guys. When you dig in the numbers, the line just feels right. I think Notre Dame, they've won 10 games this season by double digits, and they've put up at least 28 points in 10 different games. That's a lot of consistency. I think they're going to just keep it going tonight. But here's what really sells me. Indiana has only faced 4 bowl teams and just 1 ranked opponent all year. State. You saw what happened there, right? Meanwhile, Notre Dame is 7-1 against bowl teams and a perfect 4-0 against ranked teams. Hoosiers have had a nice season. Sure. But they haven't really beaten anybody. So I see the Irish rolling here. I could see something like Notre Dame 34, Indiana 17. Notre Dame covers. Okay, -7. All right, going into tomorrow, we got 3 games. SMU at Penn State. The line is -9. Over-under is 52.5. They're playing in Happy Valley, where Penn State is laying those 9 points, and I'm taking the points. Here's why. Penn State has dropped their last 6 against the spread versus ranked opponents. Okay. You can't ignore that. You just can't. SMU has only lost twice all season, and those losses were by a combined, 6 points. This feels like a classic backdoor cover situation, similar to what we saw in the ACC championship game against Clemson. They might start off a little slow, but then they just start exploding and scoring with that prolific offense. I think Penn State still wins. I got them winning, but I don't think they're going to cover. I could see a 27-23 type of game here. SMU +9. That is a lot of points to give a team. SMU. All right. Third game here, we got Tennessee at Ohio State. Currently, the line is Ohio State -7, over under 46.5. It's in Columbus. Ohio State is a 7-point favorite, and I think this number is a little high. So let's get into some of the stats that matter. So Tennessee has a +83 yard differential against both teams, while Ohio State is just +18. Okay, against both teams, the Vols have a better point differential, +6 versus +5, and better yards per point on both sides of the ball. So here's something that's also flying under the radar. Tennessee and Penn State are the only teams to hold 5 opponents to season low yardage this year. Volunteers are also more consistent down by down, ranking 28th compared to Ohio State, who's 36. And if we get into a field position battle, Tennessee is 43rd in net punt yards, while Ohio State sits at 94th. And also, this might even be the biggest one of all. Don't forget that the Volunteers are 4-0 against the spread when playing on field turf this season. Give me the points here. I'll take Tennessee +7. All right, going into the last game, Clemson at Texas. This one I'm going to be paying attention to, right? Because my Sun Devils, who somehow made it into the 4 seed, are playing the winner of this game. I'd love to see maybe it be Clemson. I don't know. But it likely won't be. But right now the line is Texas -12, over under 50.5. I think I'm going to lay those 12 to Clemson. I like the Tigers plus the points. Clemson got new life after Miami lost to Syracuse. And they've made the most of it. They're playing with house money, much like my Sun Devils. They had that dramatic 34-31 win that they almost blew against SMU to get here into the playoffs. But here's what people aren't talking about enough. Texas might have the most raw talent in the country, but they show cracks in the big moments, right? It seems like when they're on that national stage, they're just not getting it done. I mean, you can go back to last year when they lost to Washington in the playoff. And of course, that 22-19 stumble against shorthanded Georgia in the SEC title game. It isn't Dabo's most talented Clemson team, but they are playing with house money, like I said, and they're battle tested. So I think this one's going to go down to the wire. I don't know that they're going to beat Texas, but 12 points, they're going to keep it within 12 points. Okay, so give me Clemson plus 12. So those are my thoughts on the college football games, the college football playoff games this weekend. I like Notre Dame -7, SMU Tennessee +7, Clemson +12. So I want to share with you, I was able to chat a little bit with my co-hosts and fellow Red Dads, Sean and Aaron, and they did pass along their picks this weekend. So looking at Sean, he did a money line parlay for the college football playoffs, and he threw in the 2 FCS playoff games too. So he's going with Ohio State money line, Texas money line, Penn State, and Notre Dame money line, right? So that tracks. That makes sense to me. But then he threw in for FCS Montana State, South Dakota State. So that should be fun. That's a plus 421 6-leg parlay. Nothing crazy. I may tell that Sean. I might, plus 421. That's not crazy. Quadruple my money. That'd be fun. Went with the favorite parlay there. And Aaron, he likes Indiana plus 6.5, Penn State -8.5. So we're different there. Texas minus 12.5, also different there. And then he likes the over in the Ohio State Tennessee game, over 46.5 points. So there you have it. Those are our picks on the weekend. We'll see how it goes. Probably not going to be able to get a podcast bet in this weekend. I don't know. We'll talk about it some more. Like I said, we're all doing crazy stuff. I'm getting ready to go to the family Christmas party. Sean's going out of town. Aaron's doing a bunch of stuff too. So we're just, it's been difficult. So if we do get a podcast bet in, we'll let you know via socials, right? So hopefully you are following us. We also have a a new newsletter now through Substack that you can get to. We have the links all over our social media, so please check that out. Another way to keep in touch with everything we're doing at the Rad Dad Network, let alone Dancing with the Odds. So there you have it, guys. Also, we still have our store, so please check out our store. Go buy our shit, as we like to say, and represent DWTO. Help us out a little bit. All right. Thanks a lot. That's all I got for this one, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for listening. Please give us a like. Please share and give us a 5-star review wherever you listen to podcasts. That really, really does help us out. And if you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel, take a second now to do it. Bottom right hand of the screen there. Click on the icon. Subscribe to the channel. Thanks a lot. That's all we got. Let's go win some bets.